Hello everyone, welcome to Study Freaks. Today we are going to start with the first chapter of mathematics, sets. Set. What do you understand by a set? Set is a well-defined collection of objects. You must be wondering, what is a well-defined collection of objects? Collection of objects here refers to a group of objects, while well-defined means something which has a definite criteria. When anyone think of it, they can relate to it. It would not change from person to person. It would be change same for everyone. Let's take an example to understand it in more detail. Here you see a set of numbers from 1 to 10. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I think that numbers from 1 to 10 are these, then it would be the same for you. So that's what a set is. However, a set of 10 best Indian authors is not a set. Why? Because there is not a certain criteria to determine who is best Indian author. It would vary from person to person. It might be different for you and as well as me. Here are some of the important sets. N is used to denote set of all natural numbers. Z is used to denote set of all integers. Z plus is used to represent set of all positive integers, while Q is used to represent set of all rational numbers. Q plus is used to represent all positive rational numbers. R is used to represent the set of all real numbers, and R plus is used to represent set of all positive real numbers. All of these sets are important as you would encounter them in later in the chapter. Here, now we should know how to write sets. So first point you should keep in mind is sets are usually denoted by capital letters like capital A, capital B, capital C, and etc. While the elements are the members of sets or objects of a set. So elements of a set are represented by small letters, small a, small b, small c, etc. For example, if a is an element of set A, then we write A belongs to A, or we use this symbol. It is known as epsilon. Remember this symbol. And if B is not an element of set A, then we write B does not belong to A. This symbol is used to represent does not belong. Now that you know how to write sets, let's know how to represent sets. There are two methods to represent a set. The first is roster or listing form, while the another is set builder form. So let's know what roster or listing form is. In roster or listing form, we list down every element. For example, if you were set to write a set of vowels in English alphabet, you would just have to write curly brackets A, E, I, O, U and curly brackets closed. And if you were set to write a set of even natural numbers, then you just have to write 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and you have to give 3 dots to represent it would just continue on to the infinity. In roster form, the order in which element of set is written makes no difference. Here is an example. Just now we talked about the set of vowels in English alphabet, and if you were to write A, E, I, O, U, or if you write I, E, U, O, or whatever order you list down, it does not make a difference. It would be the same. And one more thing, repetition of elements. If an element is repeated in the sets, it would not affect the set. Here is an example of set of letters in the word school. So set of all letters in the word school, it would be S, just like here, then C, H. Here you would see double O, but we have only written single O because repetition of elements have no effect on a set. That was all for roster or listing form. Let's know about set builder form. In set builder form, we talk about a common property. This common property is only shared by the objects of a set, or basically all the elements of this set. It would not be possessed by any elements outside this set. Here, in roster form, you write V equals to A E I O U. And if you were to say to write this in set builder form, then you would just have to write V equals to X, such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. This colon here means such that. This curly bracket means the set of all. So we would read it as the set of all X such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. Let's take more examples. Here, you are told to write the following sets in set builder form. It is given in roster form. Here, A equals to 2, 4, 6, 8. In set builder form, we would just have to write the set of all X such that X equals to 2n, where n belongs to capital N. We just talked about capital N, it means natural number, so n is a natural number. And n is less than equal to 4 and n is greater than equal to 1. Now that you know how to represent sets, let's know different types of sets. The first is empty set. Just as the name implies, empty set. A set which does not contain element, which is basically empty. It is denoted by these symbols. It is also known as void set or null set. Here is an example to make it understand. A set of apples in the basket of grapes. There is a basket of grapes and you are told to write a set of apples of that basket of grapes. But how is that possible? If it is a basket of grapes, there are no apples in there. Such is the empty set. So it would be an empty set because there is no apples in the basket of grapes. Moving on, the next one is singleton set. Singleton set means a set which only contains a single element, basically one element. If there is a basket of grapes and there is only one apple in it, now you are told to write a set of all the apples in that basket of grapes. So there would only be one element in that set. So that kind of set would be singleton set. Moving on, the next one is finite set. Basically a set which can be counted. If you can count the elements in a set, then that set would be finite set. For example, a set of natural numbers up to 10. So what are the elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. There are a total of 10 elements. You can count these, so this is a finite set. In finite set, there is a concept of cardinality or cardinal number. This is nothing, it is just the number of elements in a set. Just now we discussed an example of a set of natural numbers up to 10. Here were 10 elements, right? So the cardinality of this set would be 10. Let's take another example. Here it is given A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count the number of elements. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the cardinality would be 4. Cardinality is denoted by this sign. This means cardinality. The next one is infinite set. The set which cannot be counted. If you cannot count the number of elements in a set, then that set would be infinite. For example, the set of all natural numbers. You cannot count the all natural numbers because it ends at infinity and you do not know where infinity is. So set of all natural numbers is an infinite set. For example, the population of India is a finite set because we can count it even though the number is very large, but it can still be counted, so it's a finite set. While all the stars in the sky is an infinite set because you cannot count all the stars in the sky. Moving on to equal sets. If two sets, let's take two sets A and B, if both of those sets are equal. That is, all the elements of set A is also element of set B, and all the elements of set B is also present in set A. Then it would be set A is equal to set B. Here is an example. If A if set A contains the element 1, 2, 3, 4, while set B contains the element 4, 3, 2, 1. You are seeing here it is written 4, 3, 2, 1. You know that the order of elements in a set makes no difference. So if it is 1, 2, 3, 4 or 4, 3, 2, 1, both are same. So here A is equal to B means set A is equal to set B. So this is what equal sets is. The next one is equivalent set. If the number of elements in set A is equal to the number of elements in set B, basically the cardinality of two sets are equal, then both of these sets are known as equivalent sets. Here is an example. Set A contains the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, while set B contains the element red, blue, white, pink. Let's count the elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set A contains 4 elements red, blue, white, pink. Set B also contains 4 elements. So both of these sets are said to be equivalent. They are not equal. If the cardinality of two sets are same, then it would be equivalent set, and if the elements of two sets are same, then that would be equal sets. The next one is subsets. If the next one is subset. Subset is a set which is part of another set. For example, A equals to 1, 2 and B equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice that all the elements of set A are present in set B. So here A is a subset of B and it is denoted by this symbol because all the elements of set A are present in set B. So that's why set A is a subset of set B. Here are some of the important points you must remember regarding subset. Every set is a subset of itself. A is a subset of it. You'd notice here subset A equals to 1, 2. So A contains elements 1, 2. So A is also a subset of itself. The next point says empty set is a subset of every set. How can empty set be a subset of another set? It does not contain elements. That's the point. Because it does not contain element, that's why it is subset of every set. The third point says the total number of subsets of a finite set containing L elements is 2 to the power n. Here n elements means the total number of elements, that is cardinality of the sets. If you want to find the total number of subsets of a set, then you have to use this formula 2 to the power n. So let's see an example to find out. Set A contains the elements 1, 2, 3. So cardinality is 3. 2 to the power 3 equals to 8. So set A would have 8 subsets. Let's find out who these subsets are. The first one would be empty set, just as we discussed. Next one is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, and lastly the set itself. Intervals. Interval is a set of real numbers lying between any two numbers of a set. You don't have to be confused because it's a very simple thing. In a set there are numbers, and if you were to find two numbers between any numbers, let's see. If there are two numbers a, b, and both a and b are real numbers, and here a is less than b, then there are three types of interval. The first one is open interval. Its set builder form would be x such that x is less than b and x is greater than a. Here is how we would represent it on a number line. This would represent open intervals, and we write it as x belongs to parenthesis open a comma b parenthesis closed, or all parenthesis or closed or open bracket, whatever you prefer. The next one is closed interval. Just as its name suggests, Here its set builder form would be x such that x is greater than equal to a and x is less than equal to b. Here is the number line representing it, and it is written as x belongs to big bracket a comma b big bracket closed. The next one is semi-open semi-closed interval. That is, it is open from one side and closed from other side. Its set builder form is x such that x is greater than a and x is less than equal to b. Here is a number line representing it, and you have to write it like this: parenthesis open a comma b big bracket closed. Parenthesis is used to represent open end and big bracket is used to represent closed end. Next one is semi-closed semi-open interval. Its set builder form is x such that x is less than b and x is greater than equal to a. Its here is how to represent it on a number line, and you have to write it as x belongs to big bracket open a comma b parenthesis closed. Just as I told you, parenthesis is used to represent the open end and big bracket is used to represent the closed end. The next topic is power set. You don't have to be serious about power set because power set is only the collection of all the subsets of a set. We just talk about the subset. Here, if you are given a set, for example, a equals to 1, 2, 3, then what are its possible subsets? We just studied null sets 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, and the set itself. All of these subsets are collectively known as power sets, denoted by PA. So power set is nothing but the collection of all the subsets of a set, starting from null set and ending at the set itself. It is denoted by PA. Moving on to universal set. Universal set is a set that contains all the sets. Here it is denoted by U, capital U. Let's take an example. Set A contains the element 1, 2, 3. Set B contains the element 2, 4, 5, 6. And set C contains the elements 1, 3, 5, 7. And all these three sets, their universal set would be U equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a set which contains all the given sets.